and now they're close to a 30 ROAS since starting with us. So almost doubled their return on ad spend. They're not spending a ton, so they were spending about 8K per month, and now we're at 6K. So we had 25% less spend. All right, guys. So today I want to go over a quick case study for a client of ours. We had them for close to 2 months now, and they're doing pretty good in terms of return on ad spend. So I want to share a few things with you guys. So these guys started with 2 ad accounts. So here I've set their date to when we started, which was July 25th. Up until yesterday, and compare it with the previous period. In terms of ROAS, they had, well, before I go into ROAS, they had 2 ad accounts, which seems to work okay with them. They had a 16 ROAS with this setup. But after the best practice is to use 1 ad account unless there's really like a different market or different products, or if you want to use different credit cards. Recommendation is to, of course, there might be ways to scale this way, but it's not the best practices. And for management and for clarity, it's easier to have 1 account. So we've combined their 2 accounts. We let run the campaign in the second account a little bit because it had a little boost as soon as we started on this account. But as soon as we saw the drop, we merged it into the second ad account, and now they're close to a 30 ROAS since starting with us. So almost doubled their return on ad spend. They're not spending a ton, so they were spending about 8K per month, and now we're at 6K. So we had 25% less spend. And in terms of purchases, they saw a 32% increase. Cost per purchase also went down from $135 to $77. So what we've done in terms of switching the account, so that's the second account, the one that was running. It just had an ASC campaign, and I think some promotion library. I think that was just for brand awareness or link click, something like that. But we closed this ad account and we brought over this library ASC campaign to the other ad account, just to make sure we don't shake things up too much, because the account was doing well. And so that's what we've done. We paired it with some of the best ad copy we had, improve it a little bit, some of the settings. And this one is about 25 ROAS, so it's another top performing. And on this ad account, they also had these 2 ASC running, which now we're at 3 ASC campaigns. Sure, go ahead.
Oh, I don't think we're seeing your screen, Jonathan.
Fair enough. All right, good call. I'll share my screen. Sorry about that. Thanks, Nick.
All good.
All right. So I guess I'll restart. I'll go quick. All right. So going over a quick case study of a client that we brought over about 2 months ago, a little bit less than 2 months ago. So they were doing quite well with about a 16 ROAS before we got them. And now I've set my dates from where we started up until now. And for these dates, we're about close to 30 ROAS. So I'll go over the changes we made, but quickly the stats. So the amount spent, we spent a little less because they were spending about 8K per month on Meta, but the budget they gave us was 6K. So we adjust the spend to match the requirement. In terms of purchases, so the purchases went up by 32%, even though we have 25% less spend. So a good gain in performance here, and same thing with CPA. It goes with the number of purchases, so went from $135 to $77. So what we've done for this account is that they had 2 ad accounts, so we decided to combine them just for best practices, easier management for everyone. So let me go over the details real quick. So they had in this ad account, they just had an ASC campaign running, and they had a little bit of a boosted post there. Where on this ASC campaign, it just started doing well when we got them. We got an improvement, so we let it run until we saw a drop, and then we brought it over to the other ad account. So this is where we brought this one. So we did some changes in terms of the settings and whatnot, and the ad copy. So we did see a little bit of a gain here compared to prior. I think prior was a little less. Here it improved. So it was about, I think, 13 or something ROAS for this campaign. If we look at the longer period, so we got a gain here just by adjusting the settings. So this is one of their collection that they're pushing, and they also had these two ASC campaigns that were active, that were doing well in this account, but not spending a ton. So we kept those just to be safe. It's not best practice to have 3 ASC in an account, but for these guys, since it's doing well, that's what matters. So as soon as we see a drop in some of these 2 ASC campaigns that are pretty similar, we'll pause and allocate the budget differently. So it's just a question of time before we do that. And then in terms of what we have running, we grabbed some of their catalog ads that was doing the best. Let me get you. Yeah. So this one is their remarketing. So on this one, they're retargeting last 14 days. And let me see, for example. So it's just a small catalog ads showing their different collection of beds with some different ad copy and a few different settings. So this is another campaign they had running. So we doubled down on that because they have really good cost per link click overall, about 18 cents, and really good CPM. So it's not the type of account that everything was all over the place. They're just some small adjustment, and as a CPM of 7 in the United States is really low, and these guys have really high average order value. So that makes the ROAS looks like it is right now. So what we've done too in terms of the audience is we kind of fill in the blanks of where they didn't spend. So we went with their look like 1% of their buyers Advantage Plus, so to let room for so this is recently new. We also launched interest stack with Advantage Plus, so stacked interests that were related to their niche. We also stacked the 10% lookalikes, which are doing really well, about a 51 ROAS. I know like a lot of people just do the small percentage, but I would highly recommend testing the 10%. It's often one of the best performing audience. There's also this interest sofa bed that really goes well with their market that we launched. So it was the closest to their library bed. And then they were only remarketing last 14 days currently. So what we've done is that we created an audience that covers all their custom audience for the most part. So visitors, followers, and engagers. We could have added like video views and their email list and whatnot, but we didn't have it at the time. And we also created a bottom of funnel campaign where the bottom of funnel is kind of an hybrid where we pushed all the add to cart and say checkout, but also their recent visitors and their recent engagers. So this we're covering, not just the past 14 days visitors that they have, but all their add to cart that didn't purchase, and then their the recent ones. We also added their customers, so it's really a hybrid of recent visitors and engagers and the high intent people that will make a purchase. The reason we're doing that is because often if we just do customers or add to cart, there's not enough volume, so it's not spending. So that's kind of why we combine them in the bottom of funnel, which combines the customers, add to cart, and recent visitors and engagers. Yeah, and also what we've done in terms of creatives for these guys is that we find um, an ad that was had already a lot of engagement, so we use that, and it's performing really well. The engagement, it helps quite a bit in terms of performance, but also it seems like Facebook is prioritizing it quite a bit, kind of rewarding you for engagement since you're giving a good user experience to their users. So that's what matters to them. So I think it's a mix of Facebook prioritizing and people just seeing the social proof that makes it work really well. So just by using those two, a bunch of different dynamic Calc ads and some of their existing, we're able to double their ROAS. So the next step for these guys is to test new creatives, see if we can even beat those ROAS. But that's pretty much it. In terms of the clients who had some campaigns that were traffic, and he had a question about getting more traffic to his website, wanted to see an increase. So what we've done is that we launched a landing page view campaign. So not just link clicks, we're optimizing for actual people that load the page. So let me show you what it looks like here. And often, this won't have, online buyers traffic. So we did a few things for these guys to get some quality traffic, even though we're optimizing for landing page view instead of sales. So what we've done is that we create lookalikes of their buyers. So the value purchase of the last 60 days, last 60 days, customer export of their buyers in the past 6 month purchases. So 2% lookalike right there. And we paired it with our best age group, which is older people. We also gathered a bunch of interest stacked. And then we also narrow it down with incomes. So top 10% of the zip codes in the United States. And also paired it with shopping interests, online shoppers, just to make sure we get people that have money, that are interested in their market, and then also looking like our buyers. So that way, we're not sending like garbage traffic that will never purchase and that will just pollute our remarketing and our seed audience for lookalikes. So we're trying to send actual buyers, quality traffic, even though we're not optimizing for purchases. So that's a cool trick to do that. Our cost per link click on this one's about 3 cents. So it's quite amazing for United States to get 3 cents cost per link click. And again, we're just sending to the dynamic product ads and their existing ad that had a lot of engagement. So that's kind of what we've done. Nothing too fancy. We just fill in the gaps in terms of the audience, use some of their leverage some of their posts that had a lot of engagement, and just like that, in a couple months, we're able to double their return on ad spend, and we're just going to increase the spend as the client wish. So we're going back to this 8K spend, and we're probably going to add more for the holiday season. That's kind of what I had it for this case study. If does anyone has any question regarding that? No? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that's awesome. Those results are crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. What's helping, I think, a ton is the CPMs. That seems like there's some accounts that are just kind of favored, that are kind of Meta just love what they have, so they're giving often we'll select 20 or something around that for CPM, but 7 is really low. Pair that with high average order value, so they're selling like beds and stuff like that. That just brought up the conversion value. So last 30 days, we spent about 6K to bring in close to 222,000. So quite amazing. So.
Hey everyone, Regina here with Starter PPC. I'm going to show you around the strategy that we've been using on this B2C e-commerce company that sells beard oil and other types of skincare products for men. So this company has been